Welcome to part 3 of Easy Rock Guitar, where we're going to incorporate some more advanced techniques and fingerings. For example, we'll start off with our E5 rhythm from the previous lessons, but when we switch to the G note, we're going to give it a slight bend. Play the note like you normally would, but pull down on the string to slightly raise the pitch. When you do this, it is important to keep your middle finger in contact with the string and keep it pressed against the fretboard as you bend. Then switch to the A5 chord that we previously learned. So altogether, you have E5, G bend to A5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The second half of our rhythm teaches the vibrato technique. Start off with the E5 for counts 1 and 2. Switch to the G note, but this time, while holding the note, rapidly rotate your wrist. This vibrato technique will lightly raise and return the pitch of the G note. So continue the vibrato for counts 3 and 4, then return to the E5. But only allow the E5 to ring out for the first count. 1, then mute for 2, 3, 4. To achieve this mute, you could simply lay your fingers across all 6 strings. So altogether, the second half is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you mute the strings, be sure not to press them against the frets. Just touch them lightly enough to mute them. If you press too hard, you'll sound unwanted notes. You could also mute the strings with your picking hand. Strum the E5 for the first count, then lay the palm of your hand across the strings to silence them for counts 2, 3, 4. Here's section 3, exercise 1 at a slow tempo of 55 beats per minute or 55 BPM. Following the same structure as the previous exercise, here we start with an E5 to a 3rd fret G note with a slight bend, then the A5, and a change-up which has us playing the 4th string open along with the 3rd string's 2nd fret with your index finger. These 2 notes together make a D5 power chord. Just strum strings 4 and 3. Altogether, we have a quick-paced ascending rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. For the second half, we walk up from E5, G with a bend, to A5, then descend in pitch to E5 and mute. The count is E5 for 1, 2, G for 3, 4. The next measure is A5 for 1, 2, E for 3, and mute for 4. Here it is with the tempo. Our next exercise has us strumming eighth notes. In our sheet music, we see two E5 chords, strum down for the one count, strum up for the and count. One and. Next, we'll mute the string for the two count, then play G with vibrato for 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Then switch to a double A5 for counts 1 and, strumming down and up. Then mute for the two count. Switch to our D5, but we're going to add the second string third fret with the middle finger for an extended D5 power chord. This is still a D5, but with an added octave D note, which makes it sound fuller. So for the second measure, we have double A5, mute to an extended D5. 1 and 2, 3, 4. All together, starting with E5, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. The second half starts out the same with double E5, mute to G with vibrato. For the end, we have double A5. Then in place of a G note, we're going to play a G5 power chord. Place your middle finger on the 6th string 3rd fret and angle your finger so the bottom skin lightly touches the 5th string, causing it to mute. But make sure it does not touch the 4th string or the 3rd string, because you want the 4th and 3rd string to ring out open. With this fingering in place, strum down on strings 6, 5, 4, and 3. Then switch from this G5 to our E5 power chord. Then mute. Starting with the A5, the count is 1 and, switch to G5 for 2, E5 for 3, and mute for 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. Let's run through it a couple times with the tempo.